Hi everyone, welcome to your Monday morning video. So one of the things you're going to notice for today, and even with the overview video, is that we have moved on from Unit 4 to Unit 5, looking at forces. So looking at the why behind the motion that we have. Why do we have constant velocity? Why do we have acceleration? And really, what is a force? Because that's been one of the terms that we've kind of skirted around a little bit, pretty much throughout our time now, but now it's time to define what a force is, how are they acting, what are the different types, and that's kind of how you're going to start off today. So like every other unit, we are going to start out with some type of pre-assessment. Most of the time, that has been a pre-lab. So it's been our buggy car, our trolley, launching the projectiles. So for this one, you're going to do something a little bit different because we don't quite have a lab to start off Unit 5. Reason being is because Unit 5, or at least the start of it, is all conceptual. It's all qualitative. We can't do the quantitative part if we don't have the qualitative. And that's not me just kind of saying that and saying, okay, this is how we level up. No, we physically cannot create the equations for the quantitative if we get the qualitative wrong. So one of the ways that we're going to start to build that foundation is with your pre-assessment. And as you go through this document, the very first thing that you should do is make a copy of this document so that when you start to go through the different scenarios, you can just type your answer into these different spaces. So the various scenarios you're going to look at will be kind of listed at the top. You will also have a YouTube video to watch. So all you're going to do is watch the YouTube video and then qualitatively answer these questions. And just like before, it doesn't matter if you're right, wrong, otherwise. It's really just a matter of you expressing, here's what I think, here's kind of what I'm coming in with, and here's how I'm going to kind of tweak what I already know. Because again, you guys already know a lot about forces. It's just a matter of kind of tweaking and refining some of your ideas and your definitions. But a lot of that knowledge is already there because physics is all around us. You're doing it all the time. So we have a lot of background information. Now, one of the things that I will say when you are answering these questions, I do expect them to be in full sentences when asked. So if I ask you to explain something, I expect 2 to 3 sentences to fully answer a question. You should not be giving me just 1 or 2 word answers. So when I say describe the motion, don't just say it swings. Well, what does it do? Is velocity changing? Are you seeing it faster at one point, slower at another point? Now, if I ask you to define energy, well, maybe you don't have 3 sentences for that. That can be like a couple words. So use your judgment on the different questions. But if I ask you to explain something, describe something, I should see 2 to 3 full sentences. Now, as you go down, this question says, what forces are acting on the candlestick when not moving? That can just be like a list. And that you'll have a lot as you go through. Some you'll have lists, and then some you'll have explanations. And then you'll go through until you get to the bottom, which is where I'm going to ask you for your final thoughts. And then here again, were forces present in all situations? If so, was there a trend? Was there, what effects were you seeing? Again, I should see full sentences answering those questions. As long as you do that and you're able to give me a full picture of your thoughts, you're going to get full credit for this assignment. All right, so that's really all for today. Don't forget that one of the things that we've kind of set as a precedent is that most of your problems and your activities from one week of a playlist is due the following Monday. So I do give you the weekend if needed to kind of catch up on anything if you have to. So for this week, it's the family game night and the mixed scenario problems turned in by 3 o'clock. So here is a link to the 0, 90, and angle problems, and then you'll also have a direct link to the family game night. But you kind of see all of those pop into Google Classroom the morning of, Monday today. So just kind of make sure that you get all that stuff in. Like I said in the overview video, I really didn't want to kind of bombard you with a whole bunch of emails over a holiday weekend, but I will bombard you with emails today. So you will start to see emails coming in for your Aquapod, for your practice quiz, for your individual problems. And that may be between today and tomorrow, but you will see all of those emails kind of going back to you, feedback coming back to you, and the grades going back to you, as you can see from the Google Classroom aspect. As far as Skyward goes, we know that the tides are kind of ever changing with our remote learning. So I've been keeping track of all of your grades on my end. Hopefully you've been keeping track of the grades that I send back to you on your end. You may be seeing the grades going in Skyward this week. You may not. Unfortunately, I can't give you a definitive answer when I'm going to put those in, just because there are many factors to kind of think about and consider as we're looking at the Skyward aspect. Now, you may see them going in, but if you see them going in as a no count, just know that I am still grading kind of at like normal, but with a little bit more leeway in terms of, hey, let's go back and check this. You didn't upload these pictures. Let's make sure that we get those in. So we have a little bit more flexibility on that end. I wish I could give you a little bit more information with that, but unfortunately at this time, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to keep grading, sending them back through Google Classroom, and I'm going to keep recording those things, but kind of just hang tight on the Skyward aspect.